Hello, I'm Sabina, CPA. I advocate less taxes and more profits. Today, I'd like to talk about financial questions to ask your mom and dad this holiday season. Many Americans are now focusing on their own finances due to the pandemic, but don't neglect helping those closest to you with their finances as well, especially aging parents. Here are some questions to ask your parents to help them sort through their financial picture. Number 1, have you decided when you will start taking Social Security benefits? If your parents have not started taking Social Security, a discussion in this area would help both of you. Generally, baby boomers can receive their full amount of benefit at age 66, but benefits increase gradually if they wait longer, reaching the peak at age 70. Conversely, if your parents intend to retire early, they may wish to start receiving reduced benefit as soon as age 62. To add more complexity, a spouse can take retirement benefit from their partner's work history. Often a rule of thumb is if you expect to live past 80, consider delaying when you first receive benefits, if you can afford to do so. Second question to ask, do you have a durable power of attorney? If you need to act on behalf of your parents regarding financial matters, you would need a power of attorney. Without these documents in place, you would have to go to court to get guardianship of your parents in order to access their financial account. The third question to ask, is there an executor? Who is responsible for going through everything when necessary? You don't really need to know who it is, just that there is someone in place with a potential backup executor if the primary executor is unwilling or unable to help. The fourth question to ask, where do you keep financial records? Does someone other than your parents know where financial documents and information are stored? This includes bank account numbers along with usernames and passwords for websites. The fifth question to ask, who are the key advisors? The executor would need the names and contact information for each member on your parents' team of trusted advisors. Ideally, your parents have introduced their executor to each of the members of their team. The sixth question to ask, how are you planning to pay for long-term care? One of the leading financial concerns of people is the possibility of paying exorbitant amount for long-term care in a nursing home or with stay-at-home assistance. Traditionally, this was handled by long-term care insurance to absorb at least some of the costs. Unfortunately, these policies are now very expensive, but there are other ideas that can help, including certain tax advantage insurance policy and establishing a trust to shield assets from nursing home costs, which is subject to certain restrictions for Medicaid assistance. And last but not least, do trusts need to be created or updated? Although there are numerous types of trusts, each with a various purpose, your parents may use a trust to preserve assets for their heir. They are also used to avoid probate. An irrevocable trust can fully protect assets, but your parents must give up all control over their asset. In contrast, a revocable trust can be modified, where your parents can still change beneficiary, but offers less protection. Remember, your goal is not to pry into your parents' finances, but to help ensure a plan is in place. And as an added benefit, many of the questions outlined here are great to apply to your own situation. If you find this video useful, please click on like, subscribe, and forward to those who may benefit from this tutorial. Please also head to basecpaplus.com to sign up for our email newsletter full of tips for less taxes and more profits. Until next time, God bless.